So in this question, you're given an equation of two lines. We have line A, that's x minus 2y plus 8 equals 0, and line B is 2x plus y plus 1 equals 0. Question says to compare the two lines, talking about the steepness, the direction, and if they're parallel or perpendicular. So in order to compare these two lines and discuss these, to compare these two lines, what should we be looking at to talk about steepness and direction, and if they're parallel or perpendicular? What should we be looking at? What part of the line will tell us this information? The slope. Good. Looking at these two lines, are they in slope-intercept form? No. So what's the first thing you should do here? Yes.
Isolate y.
Isolate y to put it into the form y equals mx plus p. So to put it into slope-intercept form should have been your first step. That way you can easily identify the slope, which is which variable? Shh. Yep. Okay, so m represents the slope. Once we put it into slope-intercept form, we can easily identify the slope. Okay, so let's see how you got that. We're isolating y. 2y equals negative, we'll put a 1 here, x minus 8. I'm bringing the positive x and the positive 8 become negative and negative. What do I do to isolate y?
Divide by 2.
Divide everything by negative 2, okay? Y is equal to, what's a negative divided by a negative?
Positive.
So 1 over 2x and a negative divided by a negative. Raise your hand if this is what you got for line A written in slope-intercept form. Good. So let's identify, what is the slope of line A? Slope is equal to 1 over 2 or 0.5, but we'll leave it as a fraction because it's easy to compare with the other one. Okay, what about line B? Who got this one in slope-intercept form? What did you get?
Y equals negative 2x minus 1.
Good. Y equals negative 2x. This is positive 2x. It becomes negative 2x, and positive 1 becomes negative 1. That one was much easier because y didn't have a coefficient, so we didn't have to do that extra step. What is the slope of line B? Negative 2. Okay, so we can look at these two slopes, and we can identify one of them is positive, and one of them is negative. So let's talk about the direction first. EQAO gives you a hint, okay? They tell you the hint, what you should be talking about in your answer to get a code 40. If you think of this like a checklist, if you talk about all three of those things and your answers are correct, then you're going to get a code 40, which is the highest code you can get, okay? Anytime they give you hints, use the hints. So let's start with talking about direction. If one slope is positive and the other one's negative, what can you tell me about the directions of the line? Let's start with line A. We know that since this is a positive slope, it's going to rise to the right. Okay, I want everyone to write those words down if you didn't write it down. Rise to the right, okay, and you should have in your answer that it's a positive slope. What about line B? Yes?
It falls to the right.
Good, excellent. And you can draw a diagram. It falls to the right because why? It's a negative slope. Okay, we're done with direction. Is there anything else we can add about the direction of the line?
No.
Okay, so now we're going to look at steepness of the line. The slope tells you about the steepness. What did we learn about steepness of a line? Excellent. The greater the slope, so the larger the number, the steeper the line. We're just going to look at the number itself. So this has a slope of 2. Negative just tells us the direction, but the slope is 2. And this has a slope of 1 over 2. What's greater, a half or a 2?
2.
2 is greater, okay, which means that line B will be steeper or less steep? Steeper. Okay, and I want you to actually include that in your answer. Line B is steeper because the slope is greater. So this has a greater slope, and like we just said, the greater the slope, the steeper the line. So we would say that line A is less steep. Okay, I think that's it for steepness. We've included, okay, the last part of this is we have to identify if they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So looking at the two lines, again, which part of the line tells us if it's going to be parallel or perpendicular? What part of the line identifies that? The slope. And how do you know if two lines are parallel? Yes? Okay, so I want you to put a little note here. same slope, okay, if the slopes are the same, then we automatically know it's going to be parallel. Are these slopes the same? Okay, so we can cross that out. We know they can't be parallel because they don't have the same slope. How do you know if two lines are perpendicular? If the slopes are negative reciprocal, then you know they have to be perpendicular. So let's look at the slopes again. We have a slope of 1 over 2, and we have a slope of negative 2 over 1. Okay, so let's figure it out. Are they negative? Is one positive and is one negative? Are they the opposite?
Yep.
Yes. Are they a reciprocal of one another? Is one fraction, one is 1 over 2 and the other one is 2 over 1. Is that a reciprocal?
Yes.
Yes. So these two lines are perpendicular.